Hello. Malko, and let Malchayo, I want to thank Ruli, I want to thank my main man Falik for showing up. On the house, Fiscal Mitzvahs, Ruli.
Wow, Ruli. Look at his face. Ruli's like, I'm out of here.
It does get mitzvahs.
Big mazel.
No. I think it's been so long I can say whatever story that's been said already. Everybody for sure forgot it. I for sure forgot it. You forgot it. The Shmek Tabak, you remember?
It's a long story.
This Shabbos is Shabbos Shira in most communities. I mean, not for the Egyptians. Shabbos Shira is a time to remember the moment you go from the bottom to the top. You know, there's a saying, Yeshias Hashem keherefayim. The help of Hashem comes in the blink of an eye. That means you don't see it coming. It doesn't make sense. The seichel doesn't see you can't see the salvation. I'm going to do this and this, and I'm going to do this and this, and then the Yeshia is going to come. Yeshia means you were saved from something. Yeshia means you were saved from something you couldn't see the outcome. If not, there wasn't a Yeshua, you did it. It was a Pa'ula. Yeah? Makes sense? We have the Mashkiach here. Slap me if I say something that's... A Yeshia is something that saves you. The only way the Yeshua comes is if you don't see it coming. Yeah? By Metzias. If you see it coming, it's not Yeshua. It happens in a blink of an eye, keherefayim, and this is what we daven and pray for every day. The ultimate geula. It's going to come like that, in a blink of an eye. And that's what we celebrate on Shabbos Shira. That at the strike of midnight, the Yod Chazaka of Zohar Netiyah happened immediately. And that's why we eat the matzah. Didn't even have time. Really? Hundreds and hundreds of years with slaves. And I don't have time to bake bread. Makis for 12 months. They didn't have time? No. When the Yeshua comes, nothing else exists. Everything else ends. So on this Shabbos we reflect what the mindset's supposed to be before the Yeshua comes, and what the mindset should be after the Yeshua arrives. This is what we learned from this week's parasha. But one thing doesn't change. It's a fascinating message this week. One of my favorite Rashis is this week's parasha. It says when the Yidden were on the banks of the river, it was the banks of the ocean, no? Yam Suf was the ocean. And the Mitzrayim were coming behind them, and they were getting cornered. Can you imagine? These are people without a destination. They don't know where they're going, they know where they're running from. In life, we don't know where we're going, but we know what we're trying to get away from. But that thing, it chases you. The Mitzrayim were chasing them. And it was pursuing them. And they made the first move to get out. But they could see they were very soon going to be swallowed up. And some of them said, why wait to be recaptured? Let's just go back. And that's the mindset we have. We see, I can't get away, so let me go back deeper. And they were machazik each other, they stood at the Yam Suf. And it says, they were crying and screaming to Hashem. They raised their voices and they were screaming. What's the Lushim? What did Hashem tell them? What's the pasuk? What's the pasuk? Matitzak elai. Hashem says, why are you screaming? Daber b'nei Yisrael and go into the water. I don't know, wherever I'm from, they always taught me, when it gets really bad and there's nothing else to do, daven. Here they are, they have nothing to do. And they're davening. Hashem says, why are you davening? Go, walk in the water. Really? Makes so much sense. So Rashi says, Hashem said to Moshe, through the emunah that the Avos had in me, and in the emunah that it took the Jewish people to leave Mitzrayim, the schus of that emunah, the level of that emunah, the power of that faith is enough to split the sea. So why are you screaming? Why are you davening? Go. Rashi's teaching you a tremendous message. You know, we know that there's one thing the Rebbeinu Shalom will never touch. And that's your bechira, your choice, your free will. Your bechira, your free choice. If he takes away that greatest gift he gave us was the ability to choose. I want to believe, I do believe, I don't believe. That ability to choose is the greatest gift because we could choose it and it's something we did. If he controls the bechira or even sways our decision one way or the other, if he shows us signs, miracles, proofs, answers our prayers, those are things that would affect the bechira. It wouldn't be even playing field. Would it really be a choice? So how can we see miracles? How can you get your prayers answered? How come sometimes you see some people, prayers are answered? Some people say, I'm davening forever, I'm really crying. I mean, nothing. And here's the lesson Rashi teaches you. When you daven, and you really mean it, and you have a munah that you're helped, there's no doubt in your mind, you have undoubting faith, then you already made the choice. You already believe that he's the master of the world. And therefore any miracles that he reveals to you, it doesn't change your bechira, because your faith is already in existence. The only way to see miracles and to have your prayers answered is only if you believe. If you believe, then you'll be ripe for redemption. Says Rebbeinu Shalom, says, why are you crying to me? I already answered your prayers. The emunah that you had by leaving Mitzrayim was so strong I could literally split the sea in front of you. And you won't take it as a proof that I'm the king, that I'm Hashem, that I'm the creator, because you already believe it. You're worthy of such miracles because you believe it. The power of emunah. You know, an amazing another lesson they say is the Yidden was standing at the other side, and the Mitzrayim came through, and Tabu Bayam, and they sang Shira. But it says Vayosha. Vayosha means they were saved. Yeah? What's Vayosha mean? Not from the word Yeshua? I want to say the Shira. Vayaminu b'Hashem u'v'Moshe Avdoi. They believed in Hashem, but also in Moshe Avdoi. They believed in the power of the Rebbe. Where does it come from, the emunah of a Rebbe? The emunah of a Rebbe starts with the first Rebbe, the Rebbe of Rebbes. Moshe Rabbeinu, our Rebbe of Moshe, the Rebbe of Rebbes. People think Rebbe's is a new thing. The Metzias, the power of the Rebbe, goes back from the first moment that we believed in the Rebbeinu Shalom, we believed in his servant, Moshe Avdei. You know, there's thousands of stories I can say about how a Yid goes to a Rebbe for help. The Rebbe makes sure first that he's a Maimon, that he believes. He says the Heilige Rimnitzer, he wouldn't help. He would always ask, you believe? You believe I could help you? You believe my tefillas can help you? He would ask again and again and again. And then he'd give the bracha. But there's one story, some of you may have heard it, some not. But it's worth saying over, because it's the other side of the coin. In the times of the Baal Shem Tov, about 250, 270 years ago, the Misnagdim, which were really everybody other than Hasidim, were people that didn't understand how the Rebbe works. And rightfully so, they were hesitant. There was one particular Yid, and he there's a story of the Baal Shem Tov, I think it was the Baal Shem Tov. And there was a Yid, he had a daughter who was very, very unwell. They were going to doctors. He was very wealthy, and he spent all the money he possibly could. And he was very limited in those days. There's only so much you could do, but he sent for the best doctors, and they couldn't cure her. So his friend tells him, why don't you go to Mezhebish? In Mezhebish there's a Yid, his name is Yisroel. He said, what's Yisroel's last name? He says, Baal Shem Tov, Yisroel with the good name. Ask for him when you get there. He says, Baal Shem Tov, I heard of this guy. It's not for me. And so his daughter got worse and worse. And his friend kept telling him, I'm telling you, people come back. You have to go. The tefillas are answered in Mezhebish. Go to the Baal Shem Tov. So one day, he's literally at the wit's end. His daughter is so sick, she hasn't walked, she's unconscious. They lowered her into a wagon. He says, you know what, I got nothing left to lose. His friend said, it's your daughter, you would do anything for her. Go take her to Mezhebish. He says, you're right, I've got nothing to lose. So they go and they lower her into the wagon. And she's laying there in her blankets. And he makes his way to Mezhebish. And he walks into the Rebbe. And the Heilige Baal Shem Tov, he was just finishing davening Mincha. And he was singing Heilige Baal Shem Tov. Die ausgebeten davening. You're nor davening for thee. Die Größe Baal Shem Tov. Davening, oy davening, no Lord Fadim. And the Yid, he walks in, and he sees all these Hasidim around eating Beshalach and their cake, cookies, square, funny sugar cubes. And he walks in and he says, "Where's the rabbi?" And they said, "The Rebbe doesn't." Oh. Good guessing. He says, daven mincha now. I davened 4 hours ago. It's dark outside. He says, hey, for us it's still light. So they said, after mincha, wait over here. And the Baal Shem Tov, the Rebbe, he could disappear at any moment. He's always coming and going. But if you wait right here, after Eleni, he turns around and he walks out that door. Wait over there. The Yid, he's waiting. Hashem is saying, you know, and he walks up there and says, Rebbe, got a big problem. Says, my daughter's outside. She's very sick. People see to come to the Rebbe. I don't know. Listen. Clearly, he's this uncomfortable, disgusted, annoyed. He pulls out a bag full of coins. He says, I know you Rebbes, you just want the money. Here's the money. Daven for my daughter. Baal Shem Tov goes, picks up the bag of money, closes his eyes, says, I don't want your money. And he throws the bag out the window. Right in front of his stand, there was a window. He throws it out the window. And the guy sees the bag fall out the window, and all the coins spill all across the gravel road outside the window. And the guy says, my money. You Hasidim, you Rebbe, you don't need my money. My money's no good here. That's all phony baloney, and he runs outside. By the time he gets outside, he sees his daughter. She's kneeling down. She's picking up the coins. She's putting them back in the bag. She says, here, I picked up the coins. His daughter's normal. Guy sees this. Ahuva, you're better. And then he goes, wait a second. Get back in the wagon real quick before the Baal Shem Tov thinks he made him lifeless. He leaves and he's never seen again. He lives a happily ever after. The Hasidim, they asked Rebbe, what is this? He says, if you don't believe, then you can't see miracles. But you still have to help a Yid. So you do it in a way where you don't affect his emunah. But I want you to know some people, they'll believe and be ready to die for their beliefs, even though they'll never see any miracles. And some people, when the miracle literally changes their lives, they'll still never believe. And this is our lesson, to strengthen our emunah and to believe that you are helped before you're helped. Trach git vet sein git. Positive thinking is positive living. And all the other sayings you can think of, and they're all true. The power of emunah. L'chaim, 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 l'chaim. Oy, get Shabbos, get Shabbos, get Shabbos. Shabbos koyden ashoy zizovayn mitzag lefecho yasoyen yevet Hashem beisecho oy dom yasoy no yashavos hamasemes no misachet kashes on tzidi. Whoa, never, never, never. Mevilin zech me kashes on tzidi. Oh, yo, yo, never, never, never. Mevilin zech me kashes on tzidi. Never, never, never. Mevilin zech me kashes on tzidi. Mevilin zon me kosher tzidi. Moshe Rabbeinu V'yamini b'Hashem v'Moshe You know, the other thing to remember, part of Emunah is not just believing that you're going to be helped. The level of Emunah is that you were never in trouble. Hashem's running the world in a weave, like a tapestry. He sees all the corners, he sees one end to the other. And every string has its direction. And everything together makes up the perfect picture. I heard a very, very interesting story, very nice story. And the story takes place in Yerushalayim. And there was a wealthy man who lived in America. And the wealthy man got a call from an orphanage. It's a call from an orphanage somewhere in the mountains, not in Yerushalayim. Actually, I wrote it down. When they say when you say a story, you should be accurate. And really, where's Hadera? Hadera, where's that? Okay, there's an orphanage in Hadera. Listen to this story. Orphanage in Hadera, and the rich man in America gets a call from them and they say, look, we're really running out of funds. You've helped us in the past. If you could please be mechazik us with some tzedakah. He says, I helped you in the past? He says, yeah. We opened this new orphanage. You helped the other one that we had in Tel Aviv. Now we opened the new one. Come, you have to see, we really made it nice, and we have 100 children. Come, we invite you down for a visit. So he says, listen, I can't make it out there, but I have a nephew who's learning in Yerushalayim. And I'll send him, let him come down, show him around, and he'll report back to me. He'll tell me what the status is. So he calls his nephew. He says, Shlomo, I need you to go to Hadera. He says, okay, I'll go. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, I'll be there. Shkoyach. So Shlomo, the next morning, he's packing up. And his roommate, he sees him over there. He says, where are you going? He says, I have to go to Hadera. I have to go see an orphanage, my rich uncle. He says, I should go check it out. His friend, he says, okay, maybe I'll come with you. He says, David, you want to come with me? He says, yeah, I'll come with you. He says, you know what, why not? I'll come with for the ride. David says, you know what, I want to do something nice. 100 children, Yisayim, orphans. Before we get on the bus, let's stop at the candy store. Let's buy candies and chocolates and stuff for the kids, just like me and you would do. Gifts for the orphans. Who looks at them? So the next day they wake up, they pack a sandwich. They're out there in the market, and David and Shlomo are walking, and